Hey, if you see yourself, you gotta be yourself. It's Monday morning in Brooklyn, New York, home of the small ball losing in the Eastern Conference Finals Nets. We are 29-22 on the year. I'm the professional gambler. These are my daily bets. And for that instance, let's talk about that 29-22. First of all, I went 3-2 yesterday and should have been 4-1. Terrible beat on Blazers Knicks. I had Blazers -4. Blazers won by 3. Shit. Sam, are you there? Sam, I need you to do something on this show. If we're going to do this every day, and if we're going to try and have a good track record, I need you to step in and be my guidepost on this.
You know, I know nothing about betting on the NBA.
You have one thing to do.
Okay.
The Knicks will no longer be involved in a single
I can do that.
I make. If I say the word Knicks on this show, you nix that segment.
Nix the Knicks. I'm looking for a post-it. That should go right here on the monitor.
No, I'm 29-22. I'm 1-7 on the Knicks.
Is that right? 1-7.
Yeah, 1-7. They're dragging down the whole endeavor here. They're dragging down the props network. So we're done with that team.
We can't let them ruin this franchise we got going here. Okay.
Yeah, the Knicks have already ruined one franchise.
Consider it done.
Okay, so let's talk about today. These are going to be in sequential order. There is a lot to like if we are tailing the whales, but let's get into it in sequential order. I don't know which game comes first because there's a lot of Central Time today. So let's talk Nuggets at Mavericks. It's an 8:30 tip-off time, right? I think so. I hope so. It's 8:30, and the Nuggets are 2-point favorites against the Mavericks. I still think that the Nuggets are playing amazing basketball right now. Jamal Murray, Mr. Regression himself, has finally returned to like last year's bubble form, and they're playing really good basketball. And again, just given the way the Nuggets are playing right now, even though they are on the road, this is a nice spot for the Nuggets here. And, you know, I did notice a trend, and I think we're going to test it out a little bit this week. Home court advantage is immaterial in this NBA season. It is not there's no crowds. Their travel's a little bit easier. Guys can't go out like they used to. I know we had some fun talking about Shay getting hungover last night, but it's not the same experience. So home court advantage, if you look at the season-long statistics on that measure, I think it's less than 50%. I think it's probably the worst home court winning percentage in NBA history. And when I get my druthers, guess that means when I get time, I'm going to poke around. And I think this might be the worst home court advantage track record of any sport in, you know, modern American athletics. I'm sure there's like some soccer team that like was built on a burial ground and they've never lost a game there. So whatever. In any instance, I do like the Nuggets here, and I think they're a little bit better team than the Mavericks. I think they're playing at their best. I think Michael Porter Jr. is going to be in the lineup tonight alongside a great Jamal Murray. This is the Nuggets team that we've been waiting for since last year. They're finally showing up. And on that note, I'm going to continue shorting the Mavericks. I think every Mavericks game has a point or two in the wrong direction that I can't really get behind. So, yeah, Nuggets are here. Jokic is playing at an MVP level, and for whatever reason, Luka is still favored to win the MVP. I hate that. Trendy bitch. Okay. I think I could do more pull-ups than Luka. I'm pretty sure that. Okay, let's go into the next game. I do want to touch more on that home court, but I just, you know, yesterday was a conference championships. Today we picked some games. I don't know where I would go through 160 seasons worth of data. So our next game is the Chicago Bulls hosting the Boston Celtics. I'm having someone ask me if I can do how many pull-ups I can do. Around 11 right now. And probably 11 generally, But at the moment, probably around 3 or 4, I did tweak my back a little bit doing some lunges with a little shoulder press action. Didn't finish watching the demonstration video, and I got a tweaked back as a result. So our next game, Celtics had an awesome victory yesterday. I was all over them, but they are traveling to Chicago at 9 p.m. It's less than a 24-hour turnaround for them, given when they finished playing yesterday. And the Bulls have been pretty good. Since Markkanen came back, they've been putting up points. There's a lot of really good activity in the swing spots. And you can actually see this line opened at Bulls +8. And it got down to Bulls +4. And now I got it at 4.5 personally. So if you shop around, you might actually be able to use the Props Network tool and find a little bit better value if you are in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Michigan. Hey, what's up, Michigan? And other states, Tennessee, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. You can go on and you see that there's a lot of variance. You can get that at 4.5 if you shop for it. Now, I think the Celtics are pretty well rested for a team that played yesterday. I think that Jaylen Brown only played 19 minutes and got 33 points. But this is a Bulls team that's rested. This is a Celtics team that's had to get on a flight, a Celtics team that probably won't have too much in terms of Kemba Walker. Again, this is Brad Stevens, so he could always just incorporate Pritchard a little bit more. And like, it sucks with Pritchard because like he doesn't quite fit in their plans, but he forces his way in because he's just playing that well. And it's got to be an amazing time to be an ugly white kid growing up in Boston. There's a guy who's just like you playing for the Celtics. I just hope he becomes the best Celtic with the initials PP. Get Paul Pierce the fuck out of Celtic lore. That guy, he should only go down as one of the great pants shitters of all time. But that is not my point here. I'm saying with the calendar, with how Chicago's playing as of late, I think it's a tough spot for Boston here. I think they're just getting Kemba back, and there's a lot of variables. So getting on the road and taking one on no rest against a team that's, let's be real here, like this is the best stretch of Chicago Bulls basketball since Jimmy Butler was there. I want to say, I think it's like 3-4 years, not since Butler was traded to Minnesota. That's the last time they were so promising. And I would actually, Sam, do you have playoff odds on our wonderful Props Network tool? I would honestly look at the Chicago Bulls to make the playoffs because they're one of these teams that gets better as the year goes around. And their bench is a little scary, but there are 4 or 5 guys. So we have Atlanta. Ooh, no for Atlanta is +116. Are you kidding me? That's a lock right there. Yes, +440 on the Bulls. Okay, keep scrolling through these. These are fun. Will the Mavericks? Ooh, I kind of want to take no on the Mavericks. I'm going to just really stick it to the NBA hipster community by shorting them. 4,500 on Pistons. I will put so much money on the Pistons to make the playoffs. Yeah, right. I'll put everything on them to miss it. Every single dollar. And you know what? If there's a yes, maybe that -400 on the Pacers, that looks great. They're absolutely a playoff team. And no on the Grizzlies is -192. Sam, can I borrow some money? I'll give it back to you in late April with a little interest. Yeah, these seem very good right there. And my favorites are probably the Pacers. Yes, I like the Bulls. Yes, I love the Hawks. No, the Hawks are a train wreck. So yeah, you can get rid of that nifty tool and get it out of here. We got another pick to talk about. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they played yesterday. They played in Los Angeles. They're getting on a plane. They're going to Portland, and they're 5.5-point dogs. Portland also played last night, and they blew a huge lead to the Knicks. 13 points. There was kind of some nice passing of the torch moments between Quickly and Reddit. Like Quickly did that reach through move to force 3 free throws at the end of the game, and Dame gave him some dap for it. So it was really fun to see that guy's really kind of playing himself into the hearts and minds of New Yorkers. Like the vibe on that guy, I thought this was going to be Obi Toppin's town. It is Quicklyville. But in this case, we have Portland. They opened at -6. They're now 5.5. But the Thunder, they have like an extra, they played at 1 yesterday. Portland played at 10. They've got an extra 12 hours of recovery here. And won't that make a difference? Aren't they younger anyway? Isn't Portland figuring out how to move forward without CJ McCollum for a stretch of weeks? Like, this is just young legs against old legs. Then the old legs don't even know what they're going to do when Damian sits. And Damian had such a high usage rate yesterday. He was cooking like crazy. I mean, I think it's actually at the limits of human physiology for him to have a similar game tonight. So yeah, there's a lot of value in those Thunder. And well, ahoy! We got a whale here. We got a whale. Thunder tonight, 38% of the bets, 82% of the money. Book it. And if we are talking about handles right now, I will say that the Bulls have 29% of the bets and 62% of the money. And if we just throw it out there, if that's our process, if that's what we're doing, Hornets, 41% of the money, 41% of the bets, 74% of the money. So there's a lot to like there. And I didn't pick it, but I will go ahead and I will say that I do like the Hornets here. Magic are missing 2 rotation pieces for the season. They're on a back-to-back. They played yesterday. And when the rotations are asked to be a little deeper, I don't know what the Magic have to go to. Like, because of the injuries, the people who would step up and play the additional minutes on a back-to-back like this, those guys are gone. Those guys aren't playing. God, I hate the Magic. And I actually like it. I like that James Moriego, amazing coach, is making Lonzo Ball earn it. He's saying he's turned the ball over too much. He's saying he's not defending well enough. And yeah, that's it. I like them there. They're more talented. They won on a buzzer beater from Gordon Hayward, putting up a 39 piece last night. So they are confident. I think they're the better team. And, if we're talking about fun 8 seeds, what's a more fun 8 seed than the Hornets? You got so many perimeter guys. They're all kind of interchangeable. The brand of basketball as well. And I like a lot of the talent on Orlando, but they're kind of a mess. And otherwise, if we want to go through the feed, I do think that the under in Nets Heat is looking pretty good. It's 235.5 at the moment. I like that. And okay, I do like that one. Yeah, Nets, Thunder, Nets, Heat, under. I keep wanting to say Thunder with under. So, yeah, I think that's the case. So, those are my picks on the day. That's where I have my money, and I will hang out here for 5 minutes to answer any queries, comments, inquisitions about the NBA today. Do we have those? No? We do. They'll come in. Yeah, I think Andre Drummond's back. It's crazy we don't have an all-star game in a few months, right? I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss that Jeremy Grant awkward as all-star appearance. That's all I can think about. All I could think about is Jeremy Grant getting introduced and just like, okay, I guess. Yeah. I'm in a fight with my sister. Should I text my sister back? No, we're fighting right now. You don't want, just a little bit of life advice. If you're fighting with someone, especially a person in your life with severe mental illness, let them cool off. You don't need to start the fire. You don't need to quell it. So you need to bet on the Hornets. You need to bet on the Thunder. You need to bet on the Bulls. You need to take the under in the Heat and Nets game. And you need to take a minute before you text back mentally ill members of your family because they need it. Give them a minute. So I don't have anything coming in. I'm pretty confident. This is probably the most confident I've been in these picks since early last week. I think it's a great slate. There's a lot of fun NBA on today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I would love to hang out for a few questions, but I'll be real. I have to pee. I've been drinking water. I have a little back pain, so I've been overhydrating. It's 2:30. I've had 2 gallons of water on the day, so I'm running harder than the opposite of a Chris Paul Phoenix offense. I'm ready to go. So until that next time, this is Joel Walkowski for the Props Network, walking off.